if the area of a rectangle, that means length into breadth, is 1260 square centimeter and its perimeter is 146. Perimeter means 2 into L plus B equals 146. That means L plus B is 146 by 2, that is 73. What is the length of a diagonal? Okay, so length of the diagonal is given by root over a square plus b square. We can calculate a square plus b square as, or here a is L and b is b, L square plus b square as L plus b whole square minus 2 into LB. So that would be 73 square minus 2 into 1260. 73 square is 5329 minus 2520, that will give us 2809. That means length of the diagonal is root over 2809, that is supposed to be 53 square. Therefore diagonal length is 53 centimeter, that features in option B. If the HCF of two number is 17 and LCM is 1309, we know that in case of two numbers, suppose two numbers are A and B, product of two numbers is given by product of HCF into LCM. So HCF is 17 and LCM is 1309. That means product of the two number is 17 into 1309. If I find different factors of 1309, it should be divisible by 11. So 11 1 times, 20 1 times and 9, 119. Then again it will go by 7, 7 into 1 and 17. Okay, so it should be 17 into 11 into 7 into 17. So which of the following is one of the numbers? Since HCF is 17, then the number set should be 17 into 11 and 17 into 7. That means 17 into 11 is 187 and 17 into 7 is 119. The two numbers are 187 and 119, and 119 features in the option. Option A fits in. The salaries of A, B and C are in the ratio 4, 10 is to 25. If the increment of 30%, 15% and 25% are provided to ABC respectively, that means 30% of 4 is 1.2, his salary will become 5.2. Then 15% of 10 is 1.5, this will become 11.5. And 25% of 25 should be 6.25, that will become 31.25. What will be the ratio of new salary? This is the ratio of new salary. Let's multiply this by 100 and then we can divide by 5. We'll get 104. This will be 230 and this will be 625. Do we have this in option? Yes, option B fits in. What is the diameter of a solid circular cylinder? Okay, solid circular cylinder, we have a radius and a height, let it be R and H, whose height is 6 centimeter, height is 6. Area of the curved surface area is given by 2 pi RH, is equals to 5 times the combined area of the two flat surface. Flat surface means this two circle. Combined area of two flat surface would be into 2 into pi r square. If we solve this, then what we'll get? H is 6. 6 by 5 is equals to radius. Radius is 1.2. They're asking about the diameter. Diameter is 2 times the radius. 2.4 centimeter is the diameter, that is in option C. After purchasing 2 copies of the same book, Mr. RH sold them respectively at 0.8 and 1.4 times their cost price. Since these are 2 copies of the same book, that means CP would be same. So let CP be 100 each. Then the first one, selling price of first one is 0.8 times the cost price, that is 80. And the selling price of the second one would be 1.4 times the cost price, that is 140. So total revenue generated is 220 against CP of 200. You have two copies, CP is 200. What was the percentage gain earned or loss? Means gain or loss incurred by RH. As you can see, there is the gain. So gain percentage is 20 rupees is a gain, always divided by CP. Gain percentage is always calculated with help of CP as denominator, CP as reference. So this is 10% gain, which is in option C. Okay, a simplification question. What is the value of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? As you can see, this is 7 and this is 128. 128 is 2 to the power 7. So this is 2 by 10 to the power 7 and into minus 1 by 7. So this would be 1 by 5 to the power minus 1, that is equals to 5. 5 should be the answer, and that features in option B. 96 men were engaged for a project of constructing a railway track of the length 18 km in 4 weeks. After 1 week, it was observed that the work of 4 km was completed and people were 96. How many additional men should be required for timely completion of the project? So we need 14 more kilometer work to be done and time remaining is 3 weeks. Now with these two having the same efficiency of the people, we can use our MDH masala formula. M1 D1 by W1 equals M2 D2 by W2. 96 into 1 week by 4 equals X into 3 weeks by 14. Okay, 3, 32, 4, 8. X equals 8 into 14, that is 112. So extra men or additional men required are 112 minus 96. 12 plus 4 is 16. 16 additional men would be required. Option D is the answer. A man has to travel 50 kilometers in 2 hours. He could cover 20 kilometers in 1 hour, then had to stop for 10 minutes for refueling. Okay, he have covered 20 kilometers, he need to cover 30 kilometers more. But 10 minutes are gone for refueling. By what factor should he increase his speed with reference to that during the first hour so as to able to complete the journey as per schedule? Okay. So now to complete 30 kilometers, he have got only 50 minutes time. 50 minutes time means 5 by 6 of the hour here. This is time, this is distance. His new speed should be, formula of speed is distance by time. So that would be 30 into 6 by 5. That is 36 km per hour should be his new speed. So the question asks is by what factor should he increase? That means we are looking out for S1 by S. S1 is 36. S was the initial speed or the speed in the first hour, that is 20. 36 by 20 is 1.8. He need to increase his speed by 1.8 times the previous hour speed so that he can complete the journey as per the schedule. Answer is 1.8, that is in option C. A file of cadet consists of 10 rows and 5 columns, which measures 420 meters in length along the direction of marching. Okay, this is the file, 420 meter long. How much time would it take to march for a stretch of 3 kilometers? If this is 3 kilometers, that means this need to be here. Then the last person would be here. When last person is here, that means they need to travel 3420 meters, the entire file. If the stride of each cadet is 80 centimeter and he takes 57 strides a minute. Okay, so in 1 minute, number of strides taken by one cadet is 80 centimeter into 57 strides, 456. So it is 45.60 meters. In 1 minute, a cadet is covering 45.60 minutes. So how many minutes are required to travel 3420? Is just we will divide this by 45.60. So 3420 divided by 45.60 will give 75. That is 75 minutes will require. That is 1 hour. 75 minus 60 is 15. 15 minutes. 1 hour 15 minutes features in option A. Okay. The diameter of a pizza is 30 centimeter. We have a circle and its diameter is known. What is the area of the upper surface of the sector whose arc length is 8 centimeter? So we have this one portion of pizza whose arc length is 8 centimeter. We need to find the radius. Or radius is also known. Radius is 15 centimeter now. Now, for the instance, let's suppose the arc length is L and the radius of the circle is R, then area of upper surface of sector is simply given by the formula R into L by 2, where R is radius of the circle and L is the length of the arc or length of the sector. Then area is given by simply R into L by 2. So here R is 15, L is 8 by 2, that is simply 60 square centimeter. Or we need to find the area in square centimeter. It should be 60. Option A fits in. Now, if not possible for anyone to remember this formula, but this formula is simple, we can remember. You can very easily derive it also. If this angle is theta, then we know that area of the sector is pi r square into theta by 360 degree. Now we know that what is L? L is 2 pi r into theta by 360 degree. So if I replace theta by 360 degree with, therefore theta by 360 degree is L upon 2 pi r. This area of the sector will become pi r square into L upon 2 pi r. Cancel pi, cancel r, and you will get the formula RL by 2. So area of the sector is given by R into L by 2. This formula need to be used when we know the length of the arc or the length of the sector and the radius of the circle. Area can be calculated with help of R into L by 2. Okay, how much percent is x of y? We need to calculate x upon y into 100. Now what is our x? X is 0.025% of 240% of 1.5. Okay, can we have my bandhu on screen? 0.025 into 240 into 1.5 divided by 100, that is 9. This is 9 by 100, 10,000. This need to be divided by 0.9. So into 10 upon 9 into 100. This is what we are looking out for. 9 gone, 1, 2, 3, 3 0 gone. This is 1 by 10%. that is 0.1%, and that features in option B. What is the mean proportion between this and this? First of all, if we have two number A and B, then mean proportion is given by root over A into B. So first we need to find the mean proportion between the mean proportion of this and mean proportion of this. So mean proportion of X is root over 2 by 7 into 32 by 343. Okay, 32 into 2 is 8 square, that is 64, and 343 is 7 cube. 7 cube into 7 is 7 to the power 4, root means 7 square, that is 49. So this will be 8 by 49. Now we need the mean proportion of the second lot, that is 2 into 1 by 5000, that would be 2500. So we'll get 1 by 25 is 5 and 10 1 by 50. Now the mean proportion between x and y would be root over xy, 8 by 49 into 1 by 50. So 2 4 and this is 25, root 4 is 2, root 49 is 7, and root 25 is 5. So that would be 2 by 35, and that features in option C. What is the sum which, when divided among x, y, z in the proportion 357, provides 8000 more to z than what it would have done to him when the proportion is this? Okay, that means this proportion is giving 8000 rupees more to z. So the first proportion would have given z how much? 7x upon 7 plus 5 plus 2 is 15. And the second proportion would have given him 19x upon 10, 20, 30, 40, 45. Now this difference is equals to 8000. If we solve this, we will find the value of x. Let's multiply by 45. 21x minus 19x equals 8000 into 45. So x is 2. 4000 into 45, 9180. 1,80,000 rupees is the sum that is in option D. If the positive square root of root over root 90 plus root 80 is multiplied by root 2 minus 1, and the product is raised to the power of 4, means this whole to the power 4, this whole to the power 4, then result would be, now this is root, and on this root if we have power 4, that means this will be root 90 plus root 80 whole square into square is square. Root 2 is 2 plus 1, that is 3 minus 2 root 2 whole square. So this would be 90 plus 80 plus 2 into root over 7200 into 9 plus 4 into 2 is 8, 17 minus 3 into 2, 6 into 2, 12, 12 root 2. Now 7200 is 3600, that is 60 root 2. So it would be 170 plus 120 root 2 into 17 minus 12 root 2. One 70 into 17, 2890. 2890 minus 170 into 12 root 2 plus 120 into 17 root 2 minus 120 into 12 into root 2 is 2, that is 2880. So what we can see is these two are same, cancel. 2890 minus 2880 is equals to 10. Just keep on solving, you will get the answer that is in option B. A sum of rupees 30,000 invested in a scheme where the interest get compounded annually and grow to rupees 51840 in 3 years. That means 51840 divided by 30,000 is 1 plus I to the power 3. Straight away we can first find the interest rate. That is 51840 by 30,000 is 1.728. We know that it is 1.2 whole cube. That means this is 1.2 whole cube. I is equals to 0.2. R is 20%. Rate of interest we have got is 20%. How much interest would have got accrued in 6 months in the same scheme had the interest been compounded quarterly? If interest is compounded quarterly, then the effective interest rate would be 5%, but that will be for 3 months. Now we need to find the amount after 6 months. 6 months means 2 periods of 3 months each. Then amount at the end of 6 month would be 30,000 into 1.05 to the power 2. So it would be 30,000 into 1.05 into 1.05. So amount would be 33,075, and hence compound interest collected would be 33,075 minus 30,000, that is 3075. What is the question asked? What would have been the interest? Interest would have been option D, rupees 3075. A man invested on simple interest grows to rupees this and this in 7 and 9 years. That means difference between these two amount, that is 25500 and 22500, that is 3000, is interest for 9 minus 7, that is 2 years. That means interest for 1 year is 15,000 rupees, which is equals to nothing but P into R by 100. Now what is the rate percentage of the interest? Now for 1 year it is 1500. For 7 years, it would be 1500 into 7, that is 10500. Therefore principal is 22500, amount in 7 years minus interest gathered, that is equals to 12,000. So rate of interest equals 1500 into 100 by P, that is 12,000. 1 2 1 2 3 and 150 by 12. 150 divided by 12 is 12.5. Rate of interest is 12.5%. That features in option C. If n is an integer such that 1n352 is a 6-digit number exactly divisible by 24. To a number to be divisible by 24, it should be divisible by 8 and it should be divisible by 3, both at the same time. Now let's first check for 8. For 8, the last 3 digits should be divisible by 8. Now 32, 352 is divisible by 8. That means this entire number is divisible by 8. Now we'll go and check it for 3. And the rule for 3 is sum of digits should be divisible by 3. Now what is the sum of digit? 8, 9, 10 and 11. Sum of digit is 2n plus 11. It should be either equals to 0. Obviously it won't be 0. Or it should be 3 or multiple of 3. Now the next multiple of 3 greater than 11 is 12, but 1 is not divisible by 2. Then we must try only the odd ones. 15 minus 11, 4. Value of n can be 2. Again, the next one, the odd would be not 81. Then 21. 21 minus 10 is 20. Value of n would be 5. Then we have 27. With increase of 6 6 we are moving. 27 minus 11 is 16. 16 by 2 is 8. So it is like 2, 5 and 8. After 8 we cannot get a one digit number. So what will be the sum of all possible values of n? 2, 5, 8 are all possible values of n, and sum of all possible values of n is 2 plus 5 plus 8, that is 15, and it features in option B. What is the fourth proportion of A, B and C? Fourth proportion of A, B and C is given by B into C by A. Or you may also use let the fourth number be X, then all the four numbers are in proportion, that means A by B is equals to C by X. What we'll get X as B into C by A. So here also our fourth proportion is B into C, 12 by 10 into 6 by 25 divided by A. Now A is 6 by 1000. So it can be written as 1000 by 6. 6 gone, this gone, and this is 4. 12 into 4 is 48. The fourth proportion is 48, that is in option D. A man who has to walk 11 kilometers find that in 30 minutes he has traveled 2/9 of the remaining journey. Suppose in 30 minutes he have traveled x kilometer, so remaining journey is 11 minus x. He have traveled 2/9 of the remaining journey. What is his speed in kilometer per hour? You know that x equals to 2 by 9 into 11 minus x. 9x equals 22 minus 2x. 11x is 22. X is equals to 2. He has traveled 2 kilometers in 30 minutes. His speed per hour is 2 by half, that is 4 kilometer per hour. Option A fits in. A retailer purchased 25 identical toys for a price of P. Okay, CP of 25 toys is P, and sold them for rupees P. If he calculated his profit as 8% with selling price as base instead of cost price, then how many toys did he sell? Let he sell X toys for P rupees. Okay, then according to our debt rule, rule 4, debt rule if we follow from our rule book, profit on CP is principal diagonal 25P minus XP by XP. If we take common P, it would be 25 minus X by X. That is profit on CP. Profit on SP would be 25 minus X upon 25 minus X plus X. That is equals 25 minus X by 25. Now this is given as 8 by 100. Profit is 8 by 100. If we solve this for 2, we get 25 minus X is 2, or X equals to 23. How many toys did he sell? He have sold 23 toys at P to make a profit of 8%. Option C fits in. The present ages of three brothers are in the proportion 12, 14 is to 17. The difference between ages of elder and the eldest, that means elder and the eldest, with respect to him, that is 6 years. The difference in the ratio is 3. 3x is 6, that means common factor is 2. Their ages are 24, 28 and 34. What will be the proportion of the ages after 4 years? So after 4 years, ages would be 28, 28 plus 4 is 32, 34 plus 4 is 38. So the ratio would be 14 is to 16 is to 19, and that features in option B. What is the real value of this plus this? Let me count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 1, 4, 198, 12, 1, 9, 10, 11, 1 is 512. So it is 0.512 by 10 to the power 6 whole to the power 1 by 3. 512 is supposed to be 2 to the power 9. So 9 by 3 would be 3. And 6 by 3 is 2. So this is 8 by 100. It should be 0.08. Option B. A city water supply tank has two inlay pipe X and Y, which will fill it in 20 and 30 hours respectively, and an outlay pipe Z which can empty the full tank in 40 hours. If the tank is empty and the pipes are opened in succession for 1 hour each and the process continues, in how many hours will the tank get filled? Now we see that let's use our rule 8 CM rule, common multiple rule, to solve these kind of questions. LCM of 2, 3, 4, let the capacity of the tank is 120 liters. Then the efficiency of X is 120 by 20, that is 6 liters per hour pumping. Of Y is 120 by 30, that is 4 liters per hour pump in. And Z is 120 by 40, that is minus 3 liters per hour pump out. So what is happening? These are opened in succession. First 6 liter is pumping in, then 4 liter is pumping in, then 3 liter goes out. That means after every 3 hours, 10 minus 3 is what? 7 liter of water is pumped in. 7 liter of water is moving in the container. Now 120 by 7, we can find out this now. 120 by 7 gives 17. That means 17th of such cycle. Let us do till 16. 16th of such cycle. 16 into 7 is how much? 70 and 42 is 112. So by the end of 16th cycle, 16th cycle means by the end of 48 hours, when this jet have done its job, 112 liters are there in the tank. In the 49th hour, 6 more liter moves in. That means there is 108 liters in the tank. We only require 2 liters now. Y will come and fill this 2 liters in. Since Y fills in 4 liters in 1 hour, Y will fill in 2 liters in half hours. By the end of 49 and half hours, the tank would be full. Tank would be full in 49 and half hours. Okay, another one from simplification. So it goes like 10 divided by 15 into 6. 10 by 15 into 6. Then we have 22 divided by 2 by 5 of 64 minus 16 plus 2. 66 minus 16, 50 minus 2 by 5. So that would be 10. So this would be 5253 and 2 4 4 into 22 divided by how much? 20. So 11 by 2 times 10, so this is 2 by 5. So we have this 22 by 5 minus 2 by 5, that is 20 by 5. 20 by 5 is 4, and yes, it features in option B. The list price of an item was kept 40% above what the shopkeeper has paid to the manufacturer. That means if cost price is 100, the marked price is kept 40% over it. That means it is kept at 140. On selling the item, a profit of 8.64% was earned after allowing two successive discounts. The first one of which was 20%. What was the percentage rate of the second discount? So I need an 8 more. Let me use calculator and straight away do it. Isn't it? Let the marked price is 14,000. Then 20% discount given, recovery is 80%. 11,200 is after first discount. Okay. Now the profit is 8.64%. That means selling price is 10,000 of 8.64% 864. That is 10,864 is the selling price. Now how much is the discount from 1120 to 10864? That's it. 11200 minus 10864. Discount is of 330 rupees, 336 rupees over 11,200 into 100 gives us the discount percentage which was offered the second time, that is 3%. So here the discount is of 336 rupees. Now 336 by 11,200 into 100 is 3%. The second discount is of 3%. Answer B. A sum was lent to X, Mr. X, for 3 years by an organization who fixed a yearly rate of 10% compound interest for repayment along with the condition of recovery in equal annual installment of 31944. Whenever is the question of annual installment and compound interest is featuring, the best friend is our calculator. So first write the first EMI, that is 31944, divided by 1 plus I. I is equals to 10% by 100, that is 0.1. So 1 plus I is 1.1. Find the value. 31944 divided by 1.1 will give 29040. 29040 divided again by 1.1. Why? Because 3 times we need to divide 3 yearly installments we have. Divide by 1.1. 26,400. Again divide 26,400 by 1.1. 3 times we need to do it in succession. 24,000. 24,000 was the principal actual. That was paid in the first year. 26,400 is the principal that's been paid for the second year, and the principal for the third year paid is 29040. That means the total loan amount was 29040 plus 26400 plus 24,000. We are using the concept of present value of installment to find the loan amount. If we add these three, we'll get 79440. That is the loan amount. Now what is the question? What percentage above the borrowed amount, this is the borrowed amount, had X to pay to the organization? Now what is the nominal amount paid by him? Amount nominal paid by him is 31944. He have paid 31944 3 installment into 3. That comes to 95832. That means overall interest paid by him is 95832 minus 79440, that is equals to 16392. This is the total interest paid for 3 installments. What percent above the borrowed amount we are looking out for? 16392 divided by 79440 into 100. Let's do the calculation now. 16392 divided by 79440 gives 20.63%. This is 20.63%. That